Hey, what's up everybody, StatMac35 here, bringing you guys a new Platinum video. And today's Platinum video, I'm going to be earning the Platinum Trophy in Grim Fandango Remastered on the PlayStation 4 here. So let's go ahead and get on into it. Alright, here we are. Gonna grab this trophy real quick.
Mind if I go in?
You don't want to go in there. I haven't cleaned up yet.
Open mic night seems like a big hit.
It always takes those timid souls a while to get up the nerve.
Maybe it would help if you went up there and started things rolling.
Oh, Manny, read poetry in my own club? That would be like this whole place was just a big temple set up to worship me.
Oh, come.
Okay. Alive, we slept. Life's just some rapid eye movement. In a warm, cozy bed. Buried, we wake. The flesh dream is over, Daddy. Now that we're all crazy dead.
Dang.
That was great.
Yeah, but that's the last one.
Hey, how about another poem?
Hey, how about another poem?
Okay. Ashes to ashes. To ashes, to ashes, to ashes, to ashes, to ashes, to ashes, to me. To ashes, to ashes, to ashes, to ashes.
That was great.
Yeah, but that's the last one.
How about another one?
Hey, how about another poem?
Okay. I called my cat Boney till she said it wouldn't do. I said, why? She said, sister, 'cause that's what I've been calling you.
Dang. Poetry going crazy.
That was great.
Yeah, but that's the last one.
You know what? One more.
Hey, how about another poem?
Okay, last one, folks. With bony hands, I hold my partner. On soulless feet, we cross the floor. The music stops, as if to answer. An empty knocking at the door. It seems his skin was sweet as mango when last I held him to my breast. But now, we dance this grim fandango. And will for years before we rest.
Oh, she said it. She said the name. Oh, man.
That was great.
Really, this time I just don't have any more.
Well, catch you later, hip chick.
Keep practicing that lingo, man. You'll get it.
Great poems. I want to go up there and try one. Manny would walk up the... Okay, there we go.
Testing. Testing.
Alright, who's ready to rock and roll? Good evening. I like to read a poem. Up with airplane food anyway. Alright, you've been a great audience. Good night, Rubicava. Let's see.
Good evening. I like to read a poem.
Is he here, falling? Phil DD? Let's see.
Does he hear?
I reach out. Scooby-Doo and tomorrow.
I reach out.
Confuse yourself. Can you hear what I'm suffering? What?
Can you hear what I'm suffering?
Go, go, go. Is it you or am I you? The lie.
Is it you or am I you?
They, them, bones, bones, bones. Can you hear what I am suffering?
Can you hear what I'm suffering?
Sing it, sister. Severely touched my teeth. What is these poem lines? Let's see.
I am severely touched.
The lie. Can it be yesterday? Is it you or am I you?
Is it you or am I you?
I reach out. Eruption.
Eruption.
Forgive these 5 sins. You said this to me in your sleep. Dig this real.
You said this to me in your sleep.
Alone. I'm more than dead. Why?
Why?
The cracks in my skull. The lie. I reach out.
The cracks in my skull.
Why did he say it like that? Turning the battleship in forever.
The lie. I can't bear it. Can you hear me saying nothing? Falling.
Clam bake inside a dream, inside a dream, inside a dream.
Inside a dream, inside a dream, inside a dream. I can't bear it. Why?
The end.
The end. Gracias. Muchísimas gracias.
Nice. Made my own poem. Now to get her to say it.
Mind if I go in?
Oh God,
I
no.
wanna go in there. I haven't cleaned up yet.
Hey, how about another poem?
I'm bone dry, flesh out of poems.
Just begin again at the top. They get better each time.
Really? Okay. Does he hear? Hear? I reach out. Can you hear what I'm suffering? Is it you? Or am I you? Can you hear what I'm suffering? I'm severely touched. Is it you? Or am I you? Eruption. You said this to me in your sleep. Why? The cracks in my skull. The lie. I can't bear it. Can you hear me saying nothing? Falling. Inside a dream, inside a dream. I can't bear it. Why?
Hey, you stole my poem.
Consider it an homage.
Nice. And number 9 ticket for writing my poem and then her freaking yoinking it. Neat.
Well, catch you later, hip chick.
Keep practicing that lingo, man. You'll get it.
All right, platinum. And there it is, the Grim Fandango Remastered platinum. Get all other trophies in the game. Number 9 ticket. Alright, so as you can see from these earlier trophies here, I started this all the way back in 2015. I started this game up back in 2015 and I started playing it, but I stopped playing for some reason. I can't remember why. I did think like my game might have glitched out, or I just like got stuck and just absolutely cannot figure out what to do, so I just like put it to the side and just like never really came back to it. But you know, as I've said before, lately I'm starting to kind of get a little bit into adventure games and stuff, because I never really like played adventure games much before. You know, stuff with stuff like a Still Life, and to a bit of a degree that medium game, and now this is a classic adventure game from the 90s and stuff. So like I said, I've had this on my list since 2015, but I wanted to go back and play it because, like I said, I've been trying to low-key and kind of getting into adventure games a little bit. Like I said, this game is from the 90s and stuff. It's an old school LucasArts adventure game. I've never played this game before. Like, I have heard of the Grim Fandango over the years and stuff, but I've never actually played it before. And that's why I had got it initially back in 2015 when I forgot like when or exactly or where or whatever, you know. I did end up getting this, but like I said, I'd heard about Grim Fandango in the past, but I never played it, so I got this remaster and I wanted to play through it. And I played it, like I said, stopped for a little bit, then came back to it recently this year, and it was going through and wanted to actually play through and actually beat the game this time. And overall, I like this game a lot. It's really funny. Like, I see why, you know, a lot of people like this game. And lately, you know, whenever I like, and since I started playing this game, you know, I've been like seeing a little bit of, you know, stuff, people saying about the game and all that stuff lately. And a lot of people say this is like one of LucasArts' best adventure games. Like, it's either their best adventure game they've ever made or one of their better adventure games they've made. And me personally, I liked it. It was funny. I like a lot of the dialogue in this game. I like pretty much a lot of the characters. Like, all the characters in this game are really funny and well written and stuff like that. It's a really enjoyable game. It's like like I said, I like the dialogue, the sense of humor and things like that, and how the characters are and all that stuff. I like Manny is the main character. I like Glottis. Like I said, I like all the characters. Everybody's really funny and stuff in this game. It's pretty good, like humor wise and things like that. And as for like the actual gameplay itself, it wasn't too bad either. Like, you know, like I said, this is one of those, you know, classic 90s point and click adventure games. So you know it's gonna be, you know, the logic of the game and the puzzle is gonna be a little bit obscure or obtuse. And this game was a little bit too. I wasn't like completely terrible. It wasn't totally bad with like the obscurity or too, you know, out there. Because some, like I said, some adventure games are like insanely out there with like the moon logic and the puzzles and the obscurity and all that stuff. Some adventure games go like crazy with it, but honestly the puzzles in this game, they weren't too bad with them and the obscurity and stuff. I tried to use as minimal guide uses as I could when I played this game. I didn't, you know, I only like resorted to a guide when I felt like I was absolutely stuck and I felt like I had just exhausted everything I could possibly think of. And like I said, since I'm starting to kind of get into adventure games again, I like, you know, try to apply some old school adventure game logic and stuff. Like, I just like would try random items on objects and stuff to see if that worked, or just went around showing items I had in my inventory to various characters until something worked. And that actually would work with some of them. There were some like puzzles or whatever that I was stuck on and didn't know how to progress the game next, and I was like, you know, like I said, either just try showing items to characters or try like items on different stuff, and that actually did, you know, until something eventually clicked and it worked, and I actually did make some progress that way. So the puzzles in this game aren't too bad, but they're still, you know, like that classic adventure era like obscurity with some of these puzzles. Because I've always been like this with games. I don't like looking stuff up all the time like that. I love to figure stuff out for my own self. That's why I say, you know, I like and prefer a lot of like older games and stuff, because they like left you alone and let you figure out how to solve stuff on your own. This game is very good about it. Like I said, the medium was pretty good about that, and to a degree it was, but this game is like way better than the medium was in that regard. Like, this game is like legitimately like I said, it's a double-edged sword when the game doesn't handhold you. Like I said, I do like and prefer when a game doesn't handhold you and the character doesn't, like, you know, always say, okay, I need to go do this next. Manny doesn't necessarily do that. The game doesn't do that. You know, you truly get to like actually figure it out on your own. Like I said, better than the medium, even better than the medium does it. And it can be a double-edged sword, because while I do like that, so there's other times where I'm just sat here like, okay, where the hell do I go next? What am I supposed to do? I'm like running around the entire environment, going as far out as I can and trying to interact with as much as I can, in some instances where I'm just like at an absolute loss. So I just like, it was at those points I had to like cave and look up a guide. But like I said, I don't really like using guides as much as I can. You know, just whenever I feel like I've just absolutely stuck and cannot for the life of me figure out what to do, then that's when the guide comes out. The beginning part of the game isn't too bad about it. You can like kind of maneuver your way through the beginning part of the game for the most part without a guide. There was a couple sections I had to look for, like how to, like, I'm not going to spoil too much of like the stories or whatever, or, you know, what the solutions are or whatever, you know. No spoilers for like a 30-year-old game at this point, but that's just how I roll. But there's, you know, like that one post, if you play the game, you know, like, you know, we had to climb up to the top of the roof to get to the birds. I didn't know how to get up there, and then like I looked it up, and like the solution to be able to activate the thing to get up to the top of the roof was kind of silly. I'm like, how the heck was I supposed to know to do that? That was the first moment where I was like, dude, how was I supposed to know to do that? But other than that, there was like that and a couple little things here and there in the beginning that I was able to I needed to look up a guide to figure out, and the rest of it I was able to solve on my own for the most part. And then it was kind of like that, throughout the game. Then when you get to like the second year area, that place is pretty big, so I had to resort to the guy a little more during that. And then like as the game went on, I didn't have to resort to the guy a ton. I still was able to figure out a good a little, probably like, I don't know, I guess less than half of the things on my own, and then the other like half I had to use a guide, just because, like I said, the logic and some of this stuff in this game is kind of crazy. But then, like, as the game got towards the end, I just like kind of resorted to the guide more and more at the end, because I'm like, okay, it's starting to get just a little bit annoying now. Like, don't get me wrong, this is not a bad game. This game is really good. It's fun. It's funny. I liked it. I wasn't like getting tired of playing the game or anything like that, or getting like angry at the game. It's just that it was start because, like I said, I don't like to look up guides for stuff, so it took me a little longer than it probably needed to get to the end. And I like looked to see just how close I was to the end, and I realized I was really close. I was just like trying to finish the game up, because I was right there at the tail end of it. So I, as it went, I was just kind of like, okay, I just kind of wanted to just like wrap it up just just a little bit faster. So I just like resorted to using the guides a little bit more, just to be like, I'm so close at the end. I don't want to sit here forever, because I was like, it took me some 2 hours to finish the last like 30 to 40 minutes of this game. Like, I'm not even I'm not even joking. Like I said, I tried to do as minimal guide uses as I could, and like the last tail end, like the last 30 to 40 minutes of the game took me 2 hours to solve, and I had to look up a guide for some of it, because I'm just like, all right, dude. I like this game, but okay, Tim Schafer. But yeah, I would, if you do decide to ever play this game, which honestly I recommend it. I would recommend playing Grim Fandango. Like I said, I don't really play too many adventure games. I'm only just starting to get into them myself, and I have no like prior nostalgia or attachment to this game because I've never played it before. But my first time ever playing Grim Fandango, I'd recommend it if you got like the the patience, or you ever wanted to try adventure games, whatever. I say this is a good one to start with. It's not too bad. The puzzles aren't too obscure, but some of them are just like, okay, what? I'll get into a couple of those here in a second, but for the most part, the puzzles aren't too bad in this game. So I would recommend playing this game. So if you do play this game, which I recommend, I would definitely also recommend at least having a guide open on the side. Like, trust me, you're going to need that guide. Even if you're like me and you don't like looking stuff up until you feel like you're just absolutely hopelessly stuck, keep that guide open whenever you go to play this game, because you are going to resort to that guide at some point throughout the game. I am telling you right now. You are going to need that guide. And like I was getting ready to say earlier about some of those later puzzles, well, overall, what I do like about the puzzles in this game is that that if you're worried about that thing about some 90s point-and-click adventure games have like the you can screw yourself out of being able to finish the game or soft lock, don't worry, you can't do that in this game. It's as far as I'm aware, like I said, I did with minimal guide, and I never had any problems getting stuck or anything. So there's pretty much, I don't think it's possible to soft lock in this game. You can't, it's not possible to not pick up important items and miss something permanently. You don't have to worry about getting halfway through the game and soft locking and stuff like that. So there's no soft locking in this game, which I really like and really appreciate, is the fact that you can't like screw yourself out of being able to complete the game. That I like challenge in my games. I like I'm an old school gamer. I prefer old school games, like their design and stuff, and how they weren't afraid to challenge the player and all that stuff. I prefer that. I like that. But that being said, when it comes to stuff like adventure games or stuff where like you can just completely screw yourself out of being able to even finish the game just because you didn't pick up a certain item at the very beginning of the game you didn't know about, and you get halfway through the game and find out you can't even finish it anymore. I couldn't handle that, dude. that right there is where I would draw the line in terms of games like this. I can't play adventure games like that, man, because if I got halfway or partial way into a game and I find out I can't beat the rest of the game and I have to start the game over from scratch because I forgot an item somewhere that I didn't know even existed, oh god, I'd be raging. I would be so mad. I couldn't do it. I could not hang with adventure games like that. So that's one thing I really like about this game, and the puzzles is you don't have to worry about with this game. You're not gonna lock yourself out of being able to finish it. So that's very good. Thank you, Double Fine. Thank you, Tim Schafer. Now, in terms of like some of the puzzles that were like really crazy, I'm not gonna go into too much detail about them, but just, you know, like I said, if you've played the game, you know what I'm talking about. Like the puzzle involving Meche's stockings, that was stupid. I'm like, I looked around forever in that place trying to figure out what to do. Eventually caved and looked up the guide, and you should have seen the look on my face when I figured out that's what you had to do. I'm like, how would you ever know to figure that out, to interact with that thing like that, to get that cutscene to happen, to get the stockings? I don't know how you were meant to figure that out. And it was funny, I even interacted with that ashtray, but I just didn't do it enough times, or specifically enough to where like it would trigger the cutscene. So I'm like, how the heck are you supposed to know to do, to do that? Them adventure games, man. And then another one that I really thought was like the dumbest thing ever was that stupid freaking forklift. Now, how are you supposed to figure that out? That forklift. I'm convinced, man, these 90s adventure games were impossible to beat. There's no, you had to have, the game would be impossible without a guy. What person, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about if you play this game, the freaking forklift, how were you supposed to figure that out? How? I was lost for like, I was losing my mind, dude. I was losing my mind because that dang forklift. I'm like, you have got to be kidding when I figured this out. I'm like, there's no way somebody figured this out. Because let me tell you something. If you figured out the solution to do with that forklift puzzle without a guide, especially back in the 90s, you were some sort of super genius or something. Ain't nobody figuring out that forklift part without a guide. There's no way in hell. You're not. No, there's no way you're not gonna figure that out. That is insane, dude. Oh yeah, and just like a quick little thing I wanted to add. While I was playing this game, hold on a second. Check this out. Hold on, where is it? Before I forget, it's... Hey, this one right... Hey, this one. This trophy right here. Check this out. Look at that. No trophy image. You'll love to see it. Oh, come on, man. I gotta charge this freaking controller. Hold on. Alright, yeah. There it is. No trophy image. You love to see it. I low-key kind of miss the days on PS4 no trophy images. You just love when it happens. Yeah, and that's another little thing. Speaking of the little trophy image, I like the little trophy image icons they made for this. They look really nice and stuff. They're cool. So good job on the trophy image icons. But yeah, overall I like Grim Fandango. Like I said, I've heard about it over the years, never actually sat down and played until this remaster came out. Started in 2015, dropped it for a little bit, came back all these years later in 2024 and actually played through the whole game over again and finished it out. And I like this game. It's fun. It was really good. I see, you know, why people like this game so much. So yeah, like I said, I'm low-key getting into adventure games. I'm not playing every 90s adventure game. I'm very specific about which ones I feel like playing, because like I said, I'm not playing ones where you can like screw yourself out of being able to finish it. No thank you, I'm good. I don't need that type of energy in my life. But yeah, I'd recommend Grim Fandango if you, like I said, if you wanted to try this game out or think about getting into point and click games, or at least just wanted to try a point and click game, I'd recommend starting out with Grim Fandango. It's not like overly cryptic with the puzzles, but it'll still make you think a lot, so that's good. I think that's a nice balance. Not overly cryptic or too ridiculous, but you'll have to like do a little bit of like lateral thinking, a little thinking outside the box, and you're definitely going to have those moments of how the hell was I supposed to know to do that. That comes standard issue with 90s point and click adventure games. I never really played them back then, but I already know that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's yet another platinum in the bag. That's what, the 97th platinum, I think. Yep, 97th platinum. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I stand back there 5 and I'm out. Please don't forget to leave a like on the video. Leave a comment what you guys think about this game, if you've played it or not, or would you ever decide to play this game. And I'm stand back there 5 and I'm out. Peace.